Hey everyone, this is Power Sports 420 coming to you with part 2 of Car Wash 101. Now we have got the car clean, dirt-free, but the paint is still dry, it's still rough, and there are still little bits of bug and dirt here and there that aren't going to come off with your hose and some soap. So you want to get cleaner wax, carnauba wax, microfiber cloths, and then a random orbit buffer, and you can use either a microfiber polishing cloth or a terry cloth. So let's get started. Alright, so first thing to do is you want to shake up your wax and make sure it's smooth and even. And if we did the cleaner wax on the entire vehicle, it would take forever to do both stages. So what we're going to do is we're going to spread some cleaner wax on the most damaged parts of the car. And there is such a thing as using too much, but I rather use too much than too little. And with wax, make sure you do not get the wax on any plastic. It is for paint only. It will stain plastic. So now you take your buffer and you just kind of smear the wax, and then this is when you will be able to tell whether or not you have enough. It should just form a light coat. And again, the buffer, generally the buffer's only for cleaner wax. The carnauba coat is more of a hand process, but you can use a softer buffer to make it go faster. So in my opinion, we're a little short on cleaner wax over here. And again, not too much, not too little. And then even though you have a random orbit buffer, you still want to create your own orbit pattern. And you also want to try to keep the extension cord off your car, as rubber can cause marks. So just go in a nice circular pattern. Try to get all the way to the edge, but without touching plastic. If you have plastic, you can do that by hand. And you just slowly work your way down. Try to maintain a pattern so you know where you've been and where you haven't. If there's any tough spots, bugs, you can go over them a couple times, and that bug's gone now. And again, this is our cleaning stage. Any bugs, especially on the front end of the hood, we can take a little extra effort, and you can see there's a little water condensation coming off. That means I used just a little bit too much wax. You want to apply medium pressure to your buffer. You don't want to burn the paint. And then all your contours, you want to make sure you get every little crevice. Go back over the bug areas maybe one more time. Alright, so now that's half of our hood. So then what you can do is go on to other body panels and allow this to dry. Then when it's dry, you come back with this you come back with a microfiber towel and you hand polish the wax off. I prefer not to use a buffer for taking the wax off. So we're going to take a break and come right back. Alright, so now that the wax has had a couple minutes to dry, you can see it's an even color, and it's not too thick, not too thin. It just basically makes it look like a flat colored paint. So you take your towel and do a little test and make sure it comes off clean. You don't want any smears. So now we can just lay our cloth down and just start buffing this cleaner wax off. And the car's not going to look that shiny because it's cleaner wax. It's not made to polish, it's made to clean. And you'll see all the little imperfections in your car as you do this, and that's okay, because the closer you get to your car, the more you're going to see. And what you can do is during the polishing process, you can even take notes on imperfections if you want to fix them later. But right now I'm just concentrating on getting a nice smooth polish. Any spots where there's too much wax, you have to put a little more pressure on. Just trying to keep a nice circular orbit, looking for bug spots, looking for chips that I might have to repair from all those semis that seem to enjoy jumping into the left lane when they don't belong there. So as you can see, the wax is very easily coming off. If the wax was too wet, it would smear. If it was too thick, it would smear. And I can see myself now, but it's still not what I'd call a deep gloss, and that's what the Carnauba is for. Up next. But first we'll do a little time lapse of me doing, well actually no, I want to show you guys a before and after kind of deal. So we'll do the Carnauba next. So I'll get the center line. So already with the center line, and I'll move the camera so you guys can see it, you can see a huge difference. And this is before our polish. So now what you want to do is put this towel to the side here, so you know, well, so you know it's for removing wax, because you don't want that near your Carnauba. So now we're going to take our deep crystal Carnauba and we're going to apply a little bit of this. This goes a long way. Just a little bit. And then we're going to take a hand pad and just slowly buff it into the paint. It's a very thin coat. This is just your top coat. This is what's going to protect your car. It's going to increase your mileage just a little bit, probably not noticeable. And this will give you that deep shine that's completely unmatched, even with today's newer polymer waxes. So, and make sure there's nothing on your body that can scratch your car while you're doing this. So, it's a little thick up here. I'm going to polish it a little better. Trying not to bump into my car. Get all these little crevices. Make sure everything's coated, because you'll be able to tell right away if something's wrong. So, as you can see, it's clean. If this wasn't clean, that means we need to go back and use cleaner wax. So this is clean. That's a good thing. So now we will take a break and wait for the wax to dry. Alright, so now that the wax is dry, again you see an even light color, basically like a flat paint. So now we're going to take a different colored towel so I can keep track of which ones are which. And again, we're just going to very gently buff off the Carnauba. And what this is doing is sealing the clear coat and filling in all the little dimples and imperfections from the powder coating process. And this wax isn't exactly dry enough, but it'll be fine. And make sure you get all your little crevices and your creases and all your body lines. So, and wax is actually really wet up here. And again, you're looking for imperfections, you're looking for spots that need to be touched up maybe. But now we really see that shine, and sometimes you actually have to wait until your next car wash to really get all this wax off, all this extra wax off. I'm trying to get as much off as I can to show you guys the difference. Again, I'd rather use too much wax than not enough. So, alright, so again, I'll put this up so I know it's been used. So now we are going to show you the difference. And it's hard to see, but I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see a very distinct color difference. And if you come down here, you can see all these little streaks. Very, very difficult to see with the camera, but there's little imperfections, streaks, things you don't want. Over here on the left, it's all gone. All one smooth, beautiful color. And you can even see yourself. Whereas over here, not so much. And again, this is very difficult to see on the camera. But see, you have those nasty little streaks everywhere. Over here, it's nice and clean. And then one way to test and see if your car has enough wax is to take the back of your hand, and it should slide without any resistance whatsoever. And that's how you know your car's been waxed. Whereas over here, so there's your test. Now we're going to time lapse the rest of this because I just want to get this done and stop talking. Alright, so I just finished wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off the entire car, but it's not done yet. We still need to clean the windows, shine the tires, and then go over it and do an inspection to make sure there's no wax left. So I'm gonna go get my supplies. I'll be right back. Alright, so we have Stoner Invisible Glass, the best glass cleaner I've ever used. We have Blackmagic Titanium Wet Tire Shine, the best tire shine I've ever used, and this is years and years and years of trial and error with detailing cars over the summer. I was getting paid to do it too, so I don't think I'm an amateur. Then lint-free, scratch-free blue shop towels, like the actual name brand shop towels. We're going to do the windows first, then we're going to kind of play with the tires because my tires are a little greasy and I can't figure out why, so let's do the windows first, okay? And with this glass cleaner, don't be afraid to use a lot. Get that wax off your windows because it is going to look bad at night. I think I'm running low on glass cleaner. And don't put the can on your car. Just scratch your car after all that hard work. Kind of crumple up the towel and then just circular motion, and you can see there's a lot of wax residue on the windshield, but it's all coming right off. There we go. Kind of, sort of. I don't know, I've been having trouble keeping the windshield clean too. Don't ask me why. The previous owner did not take care of this car, and I'm still trying to repair the damage they did. Alright, I bet now you're thinking power sports, you got a clean car now. Wrong. We still have the interior to do, and I haven't done my tires yet. But the interior is going to be part 3, that'll be tomorrow. So have a good 4th of July, go America. Alright, so this tire shine's a little complicated. Now, the can wants you to just spray it on and leave it, and supposedly that's supposed to make a nice smooth coat. Now, for whatever reason, something's going on with my tires, so it doesn't. So I'm going to spray it light, see if I can get a clean coat. If I can't, I'll go over it with a shop towel and kind of try to smooth it out just to get a little protection on those tires. And again, do not spray your treads. Bad. No. So already my coat is bubbling up. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes and come back and see if it's fixed itself. Alright, so we come back and it still just looks like shit. I don't know what the deal is. Well, the can says wait 15 minutes, so let's do that. We'll come back and see if I have to smooth it out. So I can't for the life of me figure out what the deal with this is. Maybe I need to degrease my tires. I don't know. So I'm just gonna really gently kind of smooth this coating out, and it's gonna look way better already. Just smooth it out. I mean, I know I didn't spray too much on, so that's much better. Go do that for the rest of the tires, and then we'll do a quick inspection over the whole car. Alright, so much better. Again, my tires must not have been as clean as I had thought. So now we're going to do an inspection. So if you're a hardcore kind of car show guy, you got to get a flashlight out. In this case, I'm going to use my spotlight. And we're going to do a quick inspection over the car. Nice, fresh, clean cloth in our hand. And we are going to be looking for any kind of defect that this little spotlight is going to show us. So you can see my spotlight. As you can see now, the car is nice and smooth, and I'm not seeing any defects. Go down our quarter panels here. Don't see anything. The windows all look clean-ish. What is that? That is on the inside. We'll have to deal with that tomorrow. So everything is nice, clean, shiny. I gotta blur out my license plate. Everything looks beautiful. This is the best this car has ever looked in its life. Because like I said, the previous owner did not take care of this beautiful girl. Always take care of your woman, whether it's a car or a human being. Or anything else for those of you that are into that. So this is Power Sports 420, and I will see you guys for part 3, detailing your interior.